I'm Katie Bose. I'm Environmental Programs Coordinator for Martin County. Today we're here at Coral Gardens Stormwater Treatment Area, which is one of about 40 stormwater sites that the county maintains. So the county has a huge responsibility to reduce pollutant loads entering our watersheds. And the one we'll talk about today is the St. Lucie River. Martin County has spent over $130 million on water quality improvements such as this STA. A huge part of our responsibility is also monitoring those sites to make sure that they're still working properly and to determine what pollutants are entering the river from our different outfall sites. I'm going to show you guys how we monitor these sites, what types of things we look for, and how we make sure our sites are working properly. Waders on, we're ready to get in the water, but first let me tell you guys about Coral Gardens STA. So we're right off Canner Highway. This site, the outfall goes through Kiplinger Park and then straight out into the river. The inflow is further south and it comes from about 20,000 acres of residential land through a series of conveyance canals that you might see as you're driving around. First, we're going to use a YSI probe. This is an instrument that has several sensors attached to it. So we're reading dissolved oxygen, pH, salinity, and temperature coming from the outflow. The oxygen is generally good because the flow from the weir puts more oxygen into the water, as you can see with all the bubbles. The salinity is good. That water eventually will discharge out into the St. Lucie River. Today's readings are great. The dissolved oxygen is at 5.3, which is great for fish and other wildlife. The salinity is fresh, which is what to expect because most of this is from stormwater and rainwater. The pH is neutral, around 8. So now we're going to look at nutrients and E. coli. This is a typical sampling kit that we send off to a lab to be measured. And measuring nutrients is really important because high pollutant loads affect all of us. They affect aquatic life, they affect our residents. Less pollutant loads mean less harmful algal blooms, more seagrass, more food for our manatees, and overall just better water quality in the river. This is how we typically sample. You can take, the first bottle is to measure a certain species of phosphorus. That gives us an idea of how specific elements of treatment in our stormwater treatment area are working and how all of our different elements are working to reduce pollutant loads. So I'll show you guys what you typically do to take a sample. You stick your arms in with the bottle and you open the cap underwater to kind of create a vacuum. You let the water come into the bottle, cap it underwater, and then you got your sample. Once you have all your water samples collected, they go immediately on ice and are transported to the lab where the contents are measured. We also took a sample for turbidity. Turbidity measures how cloudy or how clear the water is. This is really important indicator for seagrass. Seagrass need the water to be as clear and as clean as possible. We're going to put the sample into the turbidimeter. So we're going to clean the outside of the vial. And this machine measures the amount of light that passes through the bottle. And that's how it analyzes how cloudy or how clear the water is. So the reading we got today is 9.85 NTU, which is really great for stormwater runoff. That gives us a peace of mind that the Coral Gardens STA is allowing a lot of the suspended sediments and pollutants to settle out, and so less is coming out from the outflow and going to the river. So we still have some data to get back from the lab for our nutrient samples, but the tests we took today are great. And this is just one of 42 sites that I monitor around the county. And thanks for watching. I'm Katie Bose. I'm Environmental Programs Coordinator for Martin County, and this is the Eco Show.